So it is with my great pleasure to welcome the tireless Mardene Miller.
That's the first time in 40 years she's touched me. She's not kidding, she doesn't like to hug. And she still owes us money for the window, I'm just gonna note. So, yes, I'm so excited to go last, I just wanna tell you, because you guys don't even see me right now. You see a giant sign that says I-95 North, so I'll try to be quick as possible. Okay. Being a female leader in any industry, but particularly in the healthcare industry, requires a lot more than just smarts and stamina. It requires a whole lot of confidence. And I've learned in my career that nothing signals confidence quite like the artful use of humor. There is power in laughter, the ability to make others laugh and as well to laugh as yourself. And since my industry requires a lot of scientific rationale and rigor for every single word that we write, I'll also note that there is a physiologic basis for the role of laughter in leadership. The release of endorphins not only provides relief from pain, and trust me, there's a lot of pain in what we do for a living, but endorphins also play a key role in enhancing social connections and bonding. As a leader, I use humor to diffuse tough situations, to relieve tension, to energize my teams, to build community, and most of all, to everybody else, is to poke fun at myself. You see, I'm a self-confessed funny person, and before my professional career, I enjoyed a less than professional career in improv. I love to laugh, but most of all, I love to make people laugh. And using humor is as familiar as my own skin. I learned that very early on to rely on humor to pivot the awkward and uncomfortable into something that's universal. And I learned that gift from my father, my late father. My father was a simple man, not an academic, but with very, very quick wit, and he kept us all laughing all the time. And the one thing that he taught me was always that no situation is so awful that you cannot find something funny in it. Like most of you, I don't recall ever having to be taught that as a woman in business, we are not to show vulnerability. It has always been a fact that vulnerability equals weakness. It's one of those things that as a woman, we have learned will backfire on our ability to be viewed as strong leaders. Yet we know that people are more likely to connect with and follow those who demonstrate their humanness and who lead with empathy. One thing that self-deprecating humor has allowed me as a leader is to find a way to both take control as well as demonstrate vulnerability. In fact, the ability to laugh at myself draws others in, and it preempts critique. On the surface, it might look like humility, but it's actually a power move. It allows me to have a strong voice, make an easy entry, warm up a room, and encourage others to let down their guard. I've always haven't let myself really take in nor fully appreciate what it means to be president of a large company and one of the few women in executive decision-making roles. And what that means to a lot of the women around me that might not have the same seat at the table. The implied trust, the faith that they have placed in me, behind closed doors, that I am going to fight the fight, and I'm going to do what needs to be done, and I'm going to say the difficult thing. The truth is that humor allows me to say that difficult thing, to advocate and to fight for what's right. Perhaps, most importantly though, in a daily way, humor helps me focus on the positive. It helps me think optimistically and rally others together. Laughter taps into something that is deep and it's universal. It has helped me weather the toughest of storms, both in my personal life and in my professional life. Because let's face it, humor heals. Thank you.